This is the Mark and the Mike podcast, Player Profile with Oliver Crofts.
Jack Grimmond-Lee, you've been a major part of the Terrigal Avoca Panthers. Are you ready to be a major part in the Mark and the Mike podcast, Player Profiles?
100%. Can't wait.
All right, Jack, first question to you. You can meet three people, alive or dead. Who are you meeting?
I'd like to meet. I'm a big Richmond supporter, so I'll go AFL first. The man himself, Dustin Martin, just because he seems to be quite a live wire person off the field, and just pick his brain a little bit about on the field as well. I think it'd be a good time. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know, I'd like to meet probably like a Michael Jordan, and then just because of just the gravitational pull of him, just have dinner with him, just pick his mind. Then I'd probably go someone in terms of what's probably a good one. I think like not Bill Gates, obviously now with all the other stuff happening in the news, but someone of that sort of stature that is in business, and just kind of pick their brain in terms of how they've found themselves not entrepreneurial, but obviously made it in terms of that, obviously that competitive nature also kind of comes out in that, which is something I kind of hold myself to as well.
Yeah, wow, that sounds awesome. And Jack, are you much of a cook? What would you be cooking them if they came over?
To be honest, I do love having a good cook. If I had the ability to, obviously don't have a smoker now, but if I had a smoker, I'd like to if I had a little bit of time, make some sort of brisket with a nice coating on it, and then obviously maybe turn it into a bit of a pulled pork roll, but obviously the sliced brisket, and kind of have like a bit of a barbecue outside would probably be my ideal.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. You sound like you've had this all planned out before you even came on.
You got me with the first question, to be honest, so it took me a little bit.
Oh, that's all right. It's always interesting to hear what they say. All right, first car, Jack.
So, funny enough, the car that my parents had, they had a Commodore station wagon that doesn't exist anymore. May it rest in peace. But I bought pretty much the same car. I think it was a little bit older. I got it off actually one of my mates from football. So station wagon Commodore. I also drove a Toyota Hilux. It actually was Mum and Dad bought it. Actually, I think it's 96, but they bought it the same year I was born. So I was able to drive it. They last forever.
That sounds good. All right, favourite place in Australia?
No, Central Coast is pretty good. Going down to Wodonga, that's where Dad's from. We went down there on the river, on the Murray River. There's a nice spot down there, just past Aubrey Fields there on the Aubrey side. This is probably my ideal spot, especially in summer. The water's nice and cool, and you can float down the river. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, nice. All right, sounds like a nice getaway. All right, best thing about Wodonga, Aubrey region?
Obviously, my family being down there, and it's kind of nice to get away. It's kind of quite different, obviously we're considered rural, but we are quite city up here. Obviously, you being from Newcastle, you know that we are quite city, and kind of getting away to the country. Obviously, you got lots of nice little places around Mitta and stuff like that, so you can kind of get up into the hills, into the country land or the hinterland, and kind of escape, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it does sound nice. So I think you've already answered my next question, funnily enough. But are you more of a coastal guy or an inland guy?
Well, I always have a thing where I'm like, I belong on land. I'm not that big of a swim guy, but to be honest, the beach is the ability to go to the beach is just so nice, and the water's always so good. Even though I've talked so much about being inland, I think I'd still just rather, nothing beats going down to the beach, having fish and chips or something like that. It's just, the beach is just the spot, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it sounds a bit like splitting hairs for you. It sounds like, yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay, favourite off-season activity?
Big into running and just walking with my partner is probably my main two. I enjoy just getting away and kind of just getting into a bit of a zone, to be honest. Just kind of getting away to places. Did a really nice walk where we went to the Blue Mountains and just, seeing what Australia has to offer is probably the main thing that I went away and did. And obviously just spending time with family, really. You don't really get that when you have the routine of football and stuff. So it's quite nice to get away.
All right, secret or favourite hobby that you enjoy doing but other people might not know you have?
Oh, I think I'm a pretty open book. I do love cooking, probably. Cooking's probably my favourite. Like, in my household, with my partner, I'd say 95 to almost 100% of the cooking. So, yeah, I don't really have many secret things. I'm a bit boring in that regard.
Bit of a random one. Favourite colour?
Always been what this guy has red, but being a green guy for a long time now. Just love the beautiful different shades of it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's light. It's got beautiful meaning behind it.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty deep, Jack. I like that.
Hey, you asked. I'm just giving you an answer.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, I feel like I might know this because you said at the start you're a bit of a Richmond guy. But if you could change the Terrigal Avoca playing strip to 2 or 3 different colours than what they already are, what would they be?
I don't know. I think the kilter colours are quite good. I don't know. Like, they're very. I don't think I would change it for the world, to be honest. I like. Don't get me wrong. The yellow and black, the sash looks great. If I could change the song, I would, but I don't think I'd change the colours. I like playing in black, white, and red.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's perfect. That's great to hear then. Favourite after-match feed, if you have one?
Like everyone else, I imagine you probably heard this multiple times. Probably just the palmy, isn't it? Just palmy and chips, but got to be on the side. You know, palmy chips underneath, they get all soggy. Doesn't work. So definitely have to be on the side. But a palmy and chips back at the club with a nice beer on the side is always nice.
Sounds brilliant. All right, least favourite fitness drill?
Probably shuttles. I like continuous running. Did that on Wednesday, and it was, legs that get a bit sore, especially getting a little bit older.
Jack, my final question to you for the player profile would be your favourite memory of playing at Terrigal Avoca.
Playing in a grand final with my father's probably up there, because I was pretty young then. I was probably 16, 17 playing with him. I think you don't really get to do that. Like, looking back at it now, with everything else that's happened, it's probably once in a lifetime. Like, not many kids would be able to say that, especially at the age that he was at. I think he was probably 45, 46, he's 30 years older. So, yeah, no, it's pretty special.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, sounds like a wonderful memory. We're going to touch on that memory and all much more in your episode. Jack, you've survived the Mark of the Mike player profile.
Just.